5 reasons someone might say, I am advanced, by Krishna's mercy. Tam padma vaktram daityendra kadachit strivritah kalaha balam guru grihayatam dadarsha swayathekshanam grihitva tu kare putram pattika ya sushobhana murdhni chakrankita patti Krishna namankita darat. Quote, one time, that wicked king of the Daityas saw his son of lotus-like face and beautiful eyes, surrounded by women, having returned from the home of the Guru. In his hand, that boy was holding a slate which had the mark of a chakra at the top and the name of Krishna written with great adoration. Narasimha Purana 41:35-36. 1. Gave a great class.
Wow, Prabhu. That class was amazing. Every audience member was in rapt attention. We learned so many new things. I noticed that the person seated nearby was recording the whole thing. Thank goodness for that, since we will want to revisit these teachings time and time again. You are so kind and benevolent to enlighten us, who are too fallen to take spiritual life seriously. You are truly advanced.
2. Recalled Sanskrit verses to correspond with a pressing issue.
Wow, Prabhu. You chose just right verse from Shastra to address that person's problem. It seems that you can bring these up as if they were in the air. You're like a handheld radio tuning into the proper station. We can barely pronounce the words when presented before us, but you have everything committed to memory. You have entire chapters of sacred books memorized. You are truly advanced.
3. Demonstrated artistry.
Wow, Prabhu. That curtain was amazing. No one else can sing like you. I am sure you noticed how many people were in attendance. They traveled from far and wide to hear you. We are so blessed for the experience. It is like we were transported to the spiritual world without knowing it. You are truly advanced.
4. Constant in praise.
Wow, Prabhu. You are such an amazing devotee. You never criticize anyone. It is like you inherently follow that newer, made-up regulative principle. You know, how the disciples now promise to never say a bad word about the institution, whether their guru later turns out to be a fraud, a cheat, an abuser, a murderer, an embezzler, a repeat offender in editing books of their acharya, or a tyrant ruling over a temple with an iron fist. The newly minted disciples promise to keep their mouths shut. I think soon they will vow to turn off rational thought and common sense altogether. Anyway, you are always praising others. You only see the good in people. You are an exemplary devotee. Of all the people we have met, no one is like you. There are never any fights, disagreements, or quarrels. You are truly advanced.
5. Seniority.
Wow, Prabhu. It is amazing to consider how long you have been practicing. You were one of the first to join with the Guru. Everyone respects you. Of all the disciples, you are certainly the topmost. The Guru must be so pleased with you. You are truly advanced.
As saintly people a long time back debated amongst themselves as to who is supreme amongst the 3 deities of Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, so we can informally apply a similar test. The means of assessment during that time was the ability to tolerate a provoking situation. Bhrigu Muni upped the severity of the offense as he went to each person. He reserved the worst for last in offending Vishnu by kicking that beloved husband of Lakshmi in the chest. Bhrigu did so when Vishnu was least expecting it. Quote, "My dear father, O great sage, I know that your feet are very soft like a lotus flower, and that my chest is as hard as a thunderbolt. I am therefore afraid that you may have felt some pain by touching my chest with your feet. Let me therefore touch your feet to relieve the pain you have suffered. Lord Vishnu, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Volume 2, Chapter 34. We might declare a devotee to be advanced based on an exhibition of qualities. One person sings very well. Another person can lecture on a verse from Bhagavad-gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. One person is known for their time in service, like having enlisted in a military force long ago. The truth is that a devotee can be advanced just from worshiping in their spare time, when no one is looking, when no one is expecting it, when there is no one around to appreciate the effort, when there is no remuneration or visible reciprocation, when there is no expectation of reward, and when there is no exhaustion, when there is no desire to stop due to arbitrarily drawn demarcations of time. Sa vai punsa paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaitukya apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Quote, "The supreme occupation, Dharma, for all humanity, is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self." Srimad Bhagavatam 126. A truly advanced saintly person can continue in their devotion even if it makes them the least popular person in their community. An ideal example in this regard is Prahlad Maharaj, the son of Hiranyakashipu. The leader of that community had essentially sworn to avenge the death of his brother. Hiranyaksha perished at the hands of Vishnu. It was not a random affair or a senseless killing. Vishnu was in the material world for justifiable reasons, in line with the explanation later provided to Arjuna. Vishnu was protecting Dharma and those dedicated to it. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma sansthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. Quote, "In order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants as well as to reestablish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium." Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 4:8. Hiranyakashipu still held a grudge. He was still dedicated to adharma. He was against saintly people. Vishnu is the protector of saintly people, and so Hiranyakashipu considered Vishnu to be an enemy. Imagine the shock then when Hiranyakashipu's young son showed allegiance to the same Vishnu. Prahlad worshipped in his spare time as a kind of enjoyable sport. No one was guiding the child in this direction. No one was encouraging such worship. A child is a child, after all. The mistake is innocent enough. Surely once Prahlad learned how upset the father was in seeing the name of Krishna drawn beautifully on a slate, the boy would change his ways. Prahlad would not want to make a target of himself. He would not want to rock the boat, so to speak. Except nothing changed. Prahlad was undeterred. He would not throw away sound reasoning, better judgment, and higher knowledge. Prahlad understood that the highest destination in meeting self-interest is Vishnu. The Sanskrit is Svarthagatam hi Vishnum. Not that there is a contest where we are looking to award the first prize, but how can anyone be more advanced than Prahlad? The child was worshipping Vishnu when that worship was against the rules imposed by the leader feared throughout the world. That worship turned the beloved son into a pariah that had to be dealt with by lethal force. Yet no attempt was successful in excising that supposed disease of devotion to Vishnu. In closing, repeated opportunity to seize to excise the disease of devotion in the son who deterred by none. Even after father disapproving, Prahlad still choosing beautifully to write Krishna name, even if greatest pariah became.